Hello children, how are you all? So today, same lesson, I am going to continue with the medieval India and political transitions. So yesterday, we have seen about the arrival of Turks, Muhammad Ghazni and the Muhammad Ghoris. So today, the same topic will be about the political implications of these two dynasties, their administration. And see here, the political system consists of small units, small kingdoms of Rajputs were vanished. How it has been vanished? Because they were defeated by the Turks. From whom they were defeated? From the Muhammad Ghazni and the Muhammad Ghor. So that the political system of small kingdoms, the political system consisting of all the small kingdoms means all the Rajput kingdoms have been vanished totally. They were defeated and they were destroyed by the Turks, by the Muhammad Ghazni and the Muhammad Ghori. And a centralized rule of Sultan in Delhi came to existence, came to power. After defeating them, after destroying them, the centralized means their power, they made Delhi as the capital, they started ruling over the northern India by defeating all the Rajput kings. And the system of administration was different from Rajputs. The system of administration, the ruling of the Sultan was totally different from the Rajput kings, Rajput rulings and their administration. So here the absolute power of appointing and dismissing of either is in the hands of the Sultan. Sultan has an absolute power to appoint or the dismissing of officers. Soldiers were directly appointed by the Sultan and soldiers remained very loyal direct to the Sultan himself. So here there is no other person is a mediator, is a middle person in between the soldier and the Sultan. So each and everything Sultan is to look after his administration, his ruling. Even he has enough power. So overall all the powers are in the hands of the Sultan. He is the one who will appoint officers, he is the one who can dismiss. How he can dismiss? If the person is not loyal to him, he can dismiss. So not even the officers, even the soldiers also are appointed by the Sultan himself only. And soldiers were very loyal, very honest towards the Sultan himself. And here with the rules, with the establishment of the rules of sultans were followed by the soldiers. And here what happened? Before the Rajput kings, they were ruling in India, they didn't have connection with the outer world. After the arrival of the Turks, again which had connected with the outer world, they had again reconnected with the outer world, which had cut off from 8th century onwards. So India got reconnected with the outer world, which had cut off from 8th century onwards. So this is the political and administration ruling of the Muhammad Ghazni and Turks administration. The Turks administration, that Sultan has an absolute power either of appointing or dismissing the officers, and soldiers were directly appointed by the sultans and soldiers remained loyal to the sultan. So whatever the rules and regulations is having in his administration, the soldiers has to follow them, and they were very loyal to the soldiers were very loyal to the sultan itself. And next one, that is the Delhi Sultan. The departure of the Muhammad Ghori, his slaves started strengthening their rule in the areas conquered by the Turks. So after Muhammad Ghazni Muhammad Ghori started ruling, and he appointed some of the slaves and all. So these slaves, he appointed the slaves. So the slaves used to take care of their empire, of their ministry, of their kingdom, and so like that, whichever the places were conquered by the Turks, they used to look after by the slaves itself. So like that, Muhammad bin Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak is a slave who was very loyal to the Muhammad, and he enjoyed his confidence. So Qutbuddin Aibak, he was a slave of the Muhammad Ghori, and he was appointed by the Muhammad Ghori only itself, and he was very loyal, very honest towards the Muhammad Ghori, his empire, his king. So Muhammad Ghori used to trust a lot Qutbuddin Aibak. So Qutbuddin Aibak, a slave who was very close to Muhammad, he enjoyed the confidence of the Muhammad, and the other military generals of Turks who remained in India accepted Qutbuddin Aibak as their sultans. So like that, what Qutbuddin Aibak, he became the founder of Ghulam dynasty. Ghulam means what? He is a slave. Ghulams, slaves, they will be very loyal to their king, very honest to their kings. And like that, Qutbuddin Aibak was very honest, he was very loyal to the Muhammad Ghori, and he appointed Qutbuddin Aibak to an area which were conquered by the Muhammad Ghori to look after them and to strengthen them, to administrate, to rule over those areas. So like that only Qutbuddin Aibak also was a slave. He was very loyal to the Muhammad. Because of that only, because of his honesty, because of his loyalty, the king, the empire, the Muhammad Ghori, what he did, he made him a sultan of the areas were conquered by him. So like that, what Qutbuddin Aibak did, he became the founder of the Ghulam dynasty. Hence, the Turks' rule in India was established by the Qutbuddin Aibak, and there the Qutbuddin Aibak's the Turks' rule was continued by the Khiljis, Tughlaq, Sayyid and Lodi dynasty till the arrival of the Mughals. So from till the arrival means till the Mughals come and rule again over India, defeat them and capture the areas. Till then, these Turks were ruling over the India. How Turks were ruling? From where they had come? They had come from the Central Asia. They defeated the Rajput kings and they captured, they extended the kingdom and they started ruling over them. After that, what they did? They appointed some of the officials, they appointed some of the slaves to take care of their areas which were conquered by them. So like that, Qutbuddin Aibak also was a slave, he was very loyal, he was very honest towards the king. So only he had become the sultan of the Turks dynasty, the Turks rule, and he established a Ghulam dynasty. And after him, this Ghulam dynasty was continued by the Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, Lodi dynasty till the Mughals come. And next one, that is the Ghulam dynasty. So this Ghulam dynasty was not ended with the Qutbuddin Aibak. Another important Ghulams are there. Who are there? Other important Ghulams we can see here. So who succeeded Muhammad? All are the who succeeded Muhammad in the areas conquered by him and ruled, conquered by him were all are his slaves. Whichever the place conquered by the Muhammad Ghori and they started ruling over those areas, those all are the slaves. The successor of the Muhammad Ghori are the slaves who succeeded Muhammad in the areas conquered by him. All are his slaves. So even Iltutmish, Razia Sultan, Balban are the important in the Ghulam dynasty. So this is about the political implications, Delhi Sultan and the Ghulam dynasty. So political implication, I already said you how different it was from the Rajput ruling and the Turks, the Sultan ruling. So again I am going to recall in the political implications, the Sultan has an absolute power to rule. He is the whole and soul of the administration, to run the administration from the appointment to the dismissing. Not only officers, even he is having the power to appoint the soldiers also. Soldiers are very loyal to the king himself. And one more thing, what happened here? India got reconnected with the outer world. Outer world means what? Like with the other countries for the purpose of the business. In the business and all, it was cut off from the 8th century onwards. When it cut off, when the Turks had started ruling over the India, northern sides and all, so again they started keeping cordial relationship with the other countries in the form of a business purpose. So this is about the political implications. So Delhi Sultans. So the departure of Muhammad, his state started ruling over the areas conquered by the Turks. In that was Qutbuddin Aybak. After Qutbuddin Aybak, and this was continued by the Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid and Lodi dynasties till the arrival of the Mughals. And the Ghulam dynasty was not only this one Qutbuddin Aybak, but it didn't end with the Qutbuddin Aybak. Qutbuddin Aybak is the one who started this Ghulam dynasty rule. Apart from him, other slaves, that is Iltutmish, Razia Sultan and the Balban are the important in the Ghulam dynasty. So far I think you all understood, children. And one more thing, home assignment. Write a short note on Muhammad Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. So it is compulsory, you all need to write the assignments, homework and all. Later I will be giving notes on these lessons and all. But till then you will have to write these assignments. Hope you all understood, children. Again tomorrow I am going to continue with the Ghulam dynasty. Apart from in the Ghulam dynasty we have seen about there is other Ghulams also are there who started ruling over the ruling in the India. That is Qutbuddin Aybak, Iltutmish, Razia Sultan and so tomorrow I am going to continue with these rulers. Thank you.